Chapter 2. What's your why? Or who? If you look at the most successful people like Richard Branson or Tony Robbins, you will quickly notice how fired up and passionate they are about their goals. They exhibit bold thinking because they are after making the biggest impact. But what is the source of this passion? The answer is simple. They have a deep internal drive, a vision that directs all their actions. Without a powerful why, big achievements are close to impossible. We all need strong internal motivation to act on our goals. It sounds simple enough, but there is much more to it than just writing down that you want to be a millionaire or drive a Lamborghini. Why is not about money or any other superficial things. Various studies show that money is not the best motivator, especially after a certain level of income. A well-known paper written by Daniel Kahneman and Angus Deaton suggests that emotional well-being rises until we make $75,000 per year. Beyond this number, there is no further improvement in life satisfaction. We can draw a conclusion that past $75,000 in annual income money won't motivate you to think bigger, as it won't affect your well being. An analysis of over 2 lakh US public sector employees shows that intrinsic motives are 3 times more powerful than extrinsic motives. In other words, people who focus on the job they perform are more engaged in it than people who focus on the money they make from it. Another study on extrinsic and intrinsic motivation shows that intrinsic motivation leads to better job performance than external motivators. You care more and get better results when there is a deeper reason for what you are doing than just money. When you put too much focus on the money itself, you will get less enjoyment from your job, which will negatively affect your well being. However, a study conducted on entrepreneurs suggests that it's the motive of making money and not the money itself that affects subjective well being negatively. When people want to make money because they want to keep up with the Joneses, have more power, show off, or overcome self doubt, that's when their well being is affected negatively. If you want to make money to help your parents, take care of your family, or help those in need, it won't affect your well being negatively. What does all of this research tells us? First and foremost, if you want to become more driven to realize your full potential, don't focus on money as your sole motivation. Find a deeper reason why your intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is about enjoyment, fulfillment, or challenge, like anything that comes from within you rather than the influences outside of you. Richard Branson has powerful intrinsic motivation, which says, my interest in life comes from setting myself huge, apparently unachievable challenges and trying to rise above them. Secondly, if your goal is somehow related to a specific amount of money, for example, if you would like to make enough money to buy a boat and sail around the world, break it down into emotions you are after. You are not after the boat itself. You are after the thrill, the sun on your face, the calmness of the sea, the smell of the ocean in the morning, and pure enjoyment of the adventure. It's thinking about these things that will fire you up rather than thinking about the act of buying a boat or what kind of an interior your boat will have. Last but not least, if you have been working on a certain goal only because you are motivated by an extrinsic reward, say you want to show off in a Lamborghini, reconsider your goal and change your motivator. It can be your who, not only why. Your motivation can get even stronger when instead of thinking about something from which you will benefit, it will be someone else. A paper by professor and best-selling author of Give and Take, Adam Grant suggests that the desire to help others makes us go the extra mile and work even more effectively than if we had intrinsic motivation alone. For this reason, finding your who can be even better than finding your why. If you already have a vision that draws from intrinsic motivators, consider adding pro social motivation. If you have a goal to build a $1 million business, to challenge yourself, find a reason why it's going to make a positive difference in the world and make it a part of your vision. Elon Musk, co founder of PayPal, founder of Tesla Motors and SpaceX, is a perfect example of a person driven by pro social motivation. He said, going from PayPal, I thought, well, what are some of the other problems that are likely to most affect the future of humanity? Not from the perspective, what's the best way to make money, which is okay, but it was really what do I think is going to most affect the future of humanity. If you are interested in developing a powerful motivation as an entrepreneur, I talk about it in more detail in my other book. Write it down. If you have been trying to motivate yourself to work on a certain goal, write down your vision. If you have written it properly, you should no longer struggle with procrastination. When writing your vision, go into deep details of what you want to achieve. Describe not only the achievement itself but also how it makes you feel and what kind of a person you have become while working on it. The more senses and perspectives the vision will contain, the more powerful it will be. Here's an example of a weak sentence in a vision. I own a multi-million-dollar business that is the leader in the industry. Now, here is an example of how you can fix it. I own a multi-million-dollar business that is known for the passion it brings to the market. It brings a smile to my face just to think about it whenever I see partners. I'm fired up and feel immense hunger to improve our products and make the lives of our clients even easier. There is nothing in the world I love doing more than speaking with our clients and learning from their feedback. The constant growth makes me a better person and positively affects the lives of my wife and children. Now, after writing the first draft of your vision, each time you read it again, the motivational effect will get weaker until it mostly serves as a reminder of your goals with a slight motivational boost. Here is where routines comes into play. The importance of a morning routine. Writing down your vision alone won't do much to change your long-term motivation. In order to fully benefit from this practice, you need to establish a morning routine to prepare you for the day ahead and remind you of your big goal. In his interview with Tim Ferriss, Tony Robbins explains how he primes himself for the day ahead and is ready to work on his goals even after 2 hours of sleep. After meditative practice, toughening up, cold exposure, and expressing gratitude, he spends the next 10 minutes thinking about his vision. It's a habit he has been practicing for several decades. Looking at his accomplishments, I would say it's working exquisitely well for him. While you don't necessarily have to follow the exact same morning routine as Tony, thinking about your vision is a practice you shouldn't skip. However, there is an important caveat: don't let the false sense of achievement coming from envisioning your goal make you lazy. Studies show it's the visualization of the process that's more important than thinking about the event itself. For the best results, your vision should include the actions you need to take to achieve it and then the event to which it will lead. I personally start each day with expressing gratitude. I think about three things I am grateful for: meditation to clear my mind and start the day slowly, and foam rolling. When I am in this more awake and relaxed state of mind, I reread my vision and other documents describing my goals, helping me prepare for the day ahead. Why the proper mindset is paramount to thinking bigger. The most important thing I have learned over the years of making changes in my personal and business life is the pivotal role of mindset in achievement. Many people think that if they just had X or Y, they would most certainly succeed. Sorry, buddy, that's not how it works. There is no going past the mindset part. If your head is filled with self doubt, it will find a way to make you sabotage your efforts. A cliche, misattributed Henry Ford quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right, is correct. There is no substitute for the certainty that you can achieve your goal. Your mind will either help you achieve your goal or sabotage you. It gives you exactly what you feed it. Give it self doubt, and you will get self doubt. Give it empowering thoughts, and it will be your best pal. By creating your vision and most importantly, rereading it every single day and visualizing the outcome, your mindset will shift and your physiology will reflect it. You will get more energized to work, you will increase your discipline, and you will get more focused and fired up to keep going. This is not just feel good talk. It works better than any other success secret. If you only implement it in your life, I can't stress the importance of the mindset enough. Nothing matters without the proper conditioning of your mind. For the best results, combine visualizing the outcome with an NLP technique called anchoring, associating an internal feeling with an external trigger. Let's say your goal is to lose 50 pounds and start running marathons. You visualize the process and the outcome, and your mind slowly fills up with positive emotions associated with achieving this goal. You feel energized, pumped up to put on your shoes and go running ready to do whatever it takes to make your vision come true. At the peak of this emotion, perform a certain gesture you would like to associate with this state. For instance, it can be squeezing your knuckle or grabbing your wrist. The key here is to perform the exact same gesture each time you feel this specific state. It will reinforce your anchor. Once you repeat this process enough times, you will be able to access this resourceful state at will. You can perform a similar process for any other emotion you would like to re-access with a specific trigger: relaxation, determination, creativity, joy, and so on. If you were to remember just one thing from this book, it's this short subchapter. Every single day, develop more certainty in your abilities to succeed. Put yourself in a prime state by visualizing and anchoring. Cultivate rituals. Having a vision and a morning routine are two keys to optimizing your life and starting each day on the right note. However, nothing will happen if you don't actually take action toward achieving your goals. Here's where rituals make all the difference. Many people are focused on the event while it's the process that leads to success. Weight loss pills, overnight millionaire programs, and short term diets are all targeted at people who believe change can happen with a single event. Your rituals make you the person you are. No lasting change can happen in your life unless you change them first. When I was an overweight person, my rituals were completely different than they are now that I am a fit and lean individual. I ate mostly junk food and didn't exercise a lot. I still remember saying, I don't care if it's healthy. All I care about is if it's tasty. No surprise that I was 30 pounds overweight. I am sure that if somebody took away all my excess weight, I would regain it all in a few months. There is no way to make a permanent change to your body if you don't change your mindset. When I changed my rituals by applying permanent changes to my diet and incorporating exercise in my daily routine, I started losing weight and never regained it. Today, my routines are the total opposite of who I was back then. What kind of rituals do you have in your life and how do they affect your growth? Do they hinder it or empower you? If they don't serve you, change them. Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, will teach you how to change your habits and incorporate new rituals. If you want to improve your general self discipline, I suggest reading my book, Daily Self Discipline. Now, what's your why or who? A quick recap. First one, big achievements are impossible without a strong internal motivation. Second one, intrinsic motivators like fulfillment, enjoyment, and contribution are much more powerful than extrinsic motivators like money, fame, or power. If you want to get fired up to work on your goals, discover a reason that comes from within you, not the pursuit of status or money. Third, if your goal can't be achieved without making a lot of money, tie it to the emotions you will get from your purchase and not the purchase itself. Fourth one, pro social motivation is a more powerful motivator than intrinsic motivation. Consider adding a who to your why. Fifth, when writing down your reason, make it as detailed as possible by using different senses and perspectives. It has to be so good that you can't wait to act on your goals. Sixth, the purpose of having a written vision is to make it easier to think about it every single morning. The way you wake up will affect your entire day. So make it count and develop your own empowering morning routine. Seventh is your mindset is paramount to success. If you don't have the proper mindset, you won't achieve your goals. Empower yourself by visualizing your outcome and anchoring positive states. And eighth one, the last one, your life is the sum of your rituals. Successful people have completely different rituals than complacent individuals. Change your rituals to change your life.